Hello, Shanzi.
What's going on, Bobby B?
Man, a lot of things have changed in the NHL since we last talked, eh?
Yeah, last week there was a lot of stuff that happened. We got to see a lot of retro jerseys come out into play. Oilers had their reverse retro versus Toronto in a reverse retro game. Minnesota had their reverse retro on. I think Philly had a jersey last week, and then the Kings had theirs. It was really, really good to see these jerseys in action. For the most part, they were all really good-looking jerseys. The teams looked really good wearing them, really fresh, really fly. Like, I was impressed with all of them. I would love to have them all. The only one I wouldn't was Toronto.
Oh, Toronto's jersey looked gross. It was trash. On the initial release, it was bad, but when the tarps finally hit the ice, and then you look at the Oilers jerseys, not a fan of the Oilers by any means, always kind of enjoyed their jerseys just because I think orange in a jersey.
Orange and blue.
Yeah, phenomenal. Great color coordination.
Yep.
And then going bold with the orange, kind of like a Philly take on it, but more vibrant of an orange, was amazing.
Yeah, they had that little flare on the pant leg as well. Very similar to the WHA jerseys that they wore before they came into the NHL. They were looking really crisp, especially compared to the gray doll jerseys that Toronto was wearing. I don't really know what they were going for there in that reverse retro adding the gray, but when you had those two teams out on the ice and you had the crisp white with the orange highlights, the flared pant leg compared to the gray and blue that the Toronto was wearing, I just couldn't buy it. It looked dull on TV. It didn't look good. In total, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna pass on that Toronto jersey.
Oh, that Toronto jersey was horrible. Toronto had a very good opportunity to do something really special here because Toronto jerseys have always been spot on, great. It's a good Canadian, iconic jersey, and they faltered so hard on this one. They went with just the basic writing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They went back. They found like an in-between for the Leaf they have now, which went way back to a heritage jersey.
Yeah, the Leaf itself went back to 1967, and it was like an oversized crest. But when I was watching them on the ice, with the gray, the dark blue, and that large crest, it looked heavy to wear. I know it's like one of those Adidas fresh jerseys, but it looked heavy on the ice when they were out there.
I think the jersey just looked heavy too because of that dull gray striping too. Like the dull gray for the color coordination just makes it look like a dirty, unwashed jersey.
Oh, no, I agree. Yeah.
It was a disgusting jersey, and especially when you have the vibrant orange on the Oilers' white, crisp jerseys, it just popped.
And the difference is the gray that's on there, like you're wearing Vegas right now, that is a gray jersey. But it's highlighted with the golds and the whites. It looks crisp. It looks fresh. It looks flat and matte, but really good. The Toronto jersey, I know we're shitting on Toronto, but it's not something that...
Have to.
It wasn't a good choice. It wasn't a good jersey. When you go and look at Minnesota, where they wore that North Star jersey, a little throwing it back to the 78 North Star team, the pants had those stars down the side. Did you see that?
The stars down the side?
3 stars are on
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so they're like throwing homage to the North Stars that went to Dallas, right? I thought that, like, I obviously you see the jersey when they release the jersey, but you don't see the whole setup. And those 3 stars that were down the side, I got to give them credit. I thought that was very, very good in the sense of the marketing side of it. Just looking at the whole jersey, you're saying, hey, I know that I'm going back to a heritage of a team that's not actually in our heritage, but it's the state's heritage, and that state with that team that went to Dallas, they turned into the Stars, the Dallas Stars down there, and I really like that.
Yeah, I think that Minnesota has one of the best looking regular jerseys during the regular season, and then the retro jersey came out, and they just ran with it again. I think the colors that they chose were just great. I think yellow is a very risky color to do in any situation. Yeah, yellow and green, risky in any situation. And they pulled it off so well. I think it's a poppin' jersey. They did a phenomenal job. If I was in a store, I would definitely go out of my way to possibly buy one.
Yeah, I really like that. I was watching the TV and they did a side-to-side comparison between Nick Bugstad, and he was wearing the retro jersey, and then his uncle, I guess, played for the Minnesota North Stars, Scott Bugstad, and they did a comparison side by side. I'll tell you, that's a photo that if I was Nick, I would definitely have on my wall. It's a great little comparison between the two jerseys, same color, and it just shows how like, you know, the family growth. And yeah, it's two technically different organizations, but it looked really good.
Yeah. And Minnesota, I think, you know, they went back to yellow, the green, but how about LA, eh?
LA, the royal blue,
the purple.
yeah. They wore their jerseys, and I can't say enough good things about this jersey. They went with the logo from the late 80s, early 90s when Wayne Gretzky was on the team, when they had the LA Raiders at the time colors, that silver and black.
And gray, yeah.
But they highlighted it with the colors that we talked about, the purple and the gold, LA Laker colors, and the original LA Kings colors to start with. The jerseys looked amazing out there.
Yeah, what's good about this is that the LA Kings are looking crisp out there and they're looking fresh, and they're also playing well enough to match those jerseys.
Okay, so Rob, last week, of all the jerseys that you saw, which ones are your top ranking?
Minnesota,
Okay.
LA, Oilers, Toronto's trash, throw it in the dumpster.
Okay, I like that. Mine are, for sure, the royal, blue, and gold, LA, the Subway jersey, then the Oilers, and Toronto can go to the trash.
Yeah, Toronto's trash. Trash jersey.
Trash jersey, terrible. Worst fucking jersey I've ever seen.
Yeah. Do you know who haven't been playing like trash?